Hello children, welcome to biology class. Are you missing your school days? Yes, I know you are missing everything, isn't it? The classroom lectures, chat with friends, corridor talks, the PT class, isn't it? So we know that because of this pandemic, the whole world is suffering. We can hope for the development of vaccine soon. We can hope for the best, isn't it children? So we can start our class. We already start our second lesson, tissue. We are discussing plant tissue. In last class, we discussed about meristematic tissue. Today, we can discuss in detail about permanent tissue. How the meristematic tissue changed to permanent tissue and what are the differences between this meristematic tissue and permanent tissue. What are the types of permanent tissue? So let's start the class, shall we? The permanent tissues, types, structure and function. In last class, we discussed in detail about meristematic tissue. The structure, the function, positions, etc. we discussed. I hope you remember that. So let me ask one question. What happens the cells of this meristematic tissue? Yes, they will lose the ability to divide and they take up different functions. Different functions are there, like some tissues provide mechanical support, some tissues will conduct water, some tissues will conduct food to all parts of the body. Different functions are there, right? So, a process is happening in this meristematic tissue. That process is known as differentiation. That means the meristematic tissue, they take up different functions and they form different size, different shape and they form to permanent tissue. Okay? So the process of change from meristematic tissue to permanent tissue is known as differentiation. So now is it clear? What is the fate of meristematic tissue? What is the fate of meristematic tissue? They lose the ability to divide and they take up different functions, they form different size and structure and they become permanent tissue. Is it clear? So today we will discuss in detail about types of permanent tissue, their structure and functions. Okay children? So we can divide the permanent tissue into two types, simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Three types of tissues are there in simple permanent: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. In complex permanent, xylem tissue and phloem tissue. In our textbook, one activity is there, activity 6.2, to observe various type of cells and arrangements. So for that activity, we need to pluck a plant. So I am selecting this plant. This is a dicot plant with reticulate venation and taproot. Okay, so we can go to lab and I will dissect it and I will show you the dicot stem structure. Okay, so together we can observe the structure of its stem through the children. So this is a stem of the dicot plant. So first we have to cut it into different small pieces and kept it in water. Okay, then take one piece of the stem, then take sections. So you have to take thin sections and with the help of a brush, transfer it into water. Okay. So take thin and complete sections like this and transfer these sections to water. Okay. From this, select thin and complete sections and transfer it into stain. Here I am using saffron stain, red in color. Okay, and kept these sections in the stain for 3 to 5 minutes. Then take one clean slide, then transfer the section to the center of the slide, kept it on the center of the slide and take one cover slip, then add one drop of glycerin, then take one cover slip, place it over the specimen with the help of a needle slowly. Okay, now our slide is ready. Then keep it on the stage of microscope. Now observe the section through the microscope. Is it clear, children? Children, it is a microscopic view of dicot stem. So, very beautiful diagram, right? So, we can divide the plant tissue into three as the outer epidermis, then ground tissue and middle vascular tissue. Okay? So, from this observation, let me ask some questions. Are all cells similar in structure? You just observe the diagram, children. Are all cells similar in structure? How many type of cells can be seen? How many type can you count? Can we think of reasons why there would be so many types of cells? Do you got answer? Children, you can find answer after today's class. Okay? So, we are going to discuss in detail about permanent tissues. So, in the introduction, I already mentioned that after the process of differentiation, permanent tissues are formed. And we can classify the permanent tissues into two as simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Okay? There are three types of simple permanent tissues: parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma. Which are the three types of simple permanent tissue? Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. Clear? Then complex tissue, xylem and phloem. They are complex because they are made up of different components. We will discuss about complex permanent tissue in next class. Today we will discuss about simple permanent tissues. Okay, so we can start with the first simple permanent tissue. What is that? Yes, parenchyma. A few layers of cells from the basic packing tissue, that is parenchyma. See, it's a type of permanent tissue. What is its peculiarity? It consists of relatively unspecialized cells with thin wall. Children, observe its cell wall. It is made up of very thin wall, isn't it? Then they are live cells. And the third importance, they usually loosely packed so that large spaces between the cells. Between the cells means intercellular space are found in this tissue. Observe the diagram again. The parenchyma is with thin cell wall and it is loosely packed. You can see spaces, intercellular spaces in between. Clear? The structure is clear? Then function. This tissue provides support to plants and also stores food. The main function is protection. Okay? And in some situation, chlorophyll, the green pigment, perform photosynthesis will present on parenchyma. In that condition, this tissue is called chlorenchyma. So, what is chlorenchyma? Parenchyma with chlorophyll is called chlorenchyma. Clear? Then, another condition. In aquatic plants, large air cavities are present in parenchyma. For what? Yes, to give buoyancy to the plants to help them float. Such parenchyma is called aerenchyma. Clear? Then the parenchyma of stems and roots also stores nutrients and water, another function. Okay? So from this diagram, it's very clear. This is parenchyma, simple parenchyma. If in aquatic plants with more cavities, the parenchyma we termed as aerenchyma. In leaves, if chlorophyll is present on parenchyma, it is known as chlorenchyma. So types of parenchyma is clear. So we completed the first simple permanent tissue, parenchyma. What is the second one, children? Yes, collenchyma tissue. The main function of collenchyma is providing flexibility. The flexibility in plants is due to another permanent tissue, collenchyma. It is a structure. It allows easy bending in various parts of a plant or leaf stem without breaking. It also provides mechanical support to plants, and we can find this tissue in leaf stalks below the epidermis. Okay? And the structure. You observe its structure. This live cell, live tissue, but elongated and irregularly thickened at the corners. Isn't it? It is thickened only at the corners. The cell wall is thickened only at the corners. That's why it's having very little intercellular space. But in parenchyma, lot of intercellular space was there. Right? And the last one, sclerenchyma. Sclerenchyma. It is the tissue which makes the plant hard and stiff. So we have seen the husk of coconut, isn't it? It is made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. The cells of this tissue are dead and their walls are thickened due to lignin, a chemical substance which acts as cement and hardens them. Okay? Then their walls are very thick and there is no intercellular space inside the cell. That is sclerenchyma. Clear? And this tissue is present in stem, around the vascular bundle, in the veins of leaves and in hard covering of seeds and nuts. It provides strength to the plant parts. Okay? So today we discussed simple permanent tissues. Which are the simple permanent tissues, children? Parenchyma, collenchyma, sclerenchyma. How can we differentiate them on the basis of their cell wall? Yes, the cells of parenchyma have thin cell wall made up of cellulose and having a lot of intercellular space, right? And in collenchyma, the cells of this tissue have cell wall thickened at the corners due to pectin deposition, pectin. But here is very thick cell wall because of lignin deposit. Clear? Thin cell wall, here thick at corners, and on sclerenchyma very thick cell wall. Here it is made up of cellulose, collenchyma made up of pectin, and sclerenchyma made up of lignin. Children, if the question is asked to draw the structure of parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, how you will draw in your notebook? So we can draw parenchyma cells like this. They are live cells and made up of thin cell wall. Isn't it? Made up of thin cell wall. In the case of collenchyma, how can we draw? They are again live cells and their cell wall is made up of pectin. And what is the peculiarity? Yes, they are thick. They are thick at the corners. They are thick at the corners. Clear? And having very little intercellular space in between. Clear, children? Thick at corners. Okay. Then the last one, sclerenchyma. What is its speciality? Cell wall is made up of a hard substance, a cementing substance, lignin, and its cell wall is, very thick. The sclerenchymatous tissue is with very thick cell wall, and it is seen on the hard parts of plant. Clear? And one more question. Here I am drawing structure of leaf. So stalk, this is leaf lamina, and the vein, the midrib and veins. So my question is, the leaf epidermis is made up of which type of simple permanent tissue, children? Yes, parenchyma. It's packing all the parts of tissue, isn't it? And what about this stalk? Yes, collenchyma. It helps the plant for the process of bending. Isn't it? It provides flexibility. So it is protective in function. It provides flexibility. And what about these veins? Veins are made up of, yes, sclerenchyma. It provides strength to the plant part. Clear? So we can conclude today's session by explaining the differences between simple permanent tissue. So these are the characteristics. We know that parenchymatous cells are with a thin cell wall. They are live cells metabolizing tissue. And what is the location? Yes, throughout the plant. And what are the functions? Photosynthesis and respiration, storage and regeneration. Collenchyma, they are unevenly thickened cell walls. They are again live cells, and beneath the epidermis in young stem and leaf veins. And what is their function? Yes, they provide flexibility. Sclerenchyma, they are dead cells and they are thick cell walls and is seen on fibers in wood, bark, leaves, stems, sclerites in fruits and seeds, and they provide strength to the plant. So that is about today's class. Hope you all understood the concept well. Today we discuss only the simple permanent tissue. Next class we will discuss about complex permanent tissue, xylem and phloem. Okay? So study the notes well, draw the diagrams and study their functions. Okay? So thank you children. We can meet in next class.